When it comes to athletic performance, there's a few arguments in regards to why ketones will not work. One is, and you get this from powerlifters and bodybuilders, well, I need carbs to lift heavy weights. Mm-hmm. Well, when you're lifting heavy weights, you're doing 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 reps. Now, you were not hitting the glycolytic energy system, which is where the carbohydrates come into. When you were lifting heavy weights, you were using the PC system, the phosphocreatine energy system. This lasts typically between 10 to 13 seconds, depending on whether you're supplementing with creatine or whether you were consuming lots of meat. But the PC system does not use glucose. We do not use any carbohydrate to lift heavy weights. So when you become ketogenic, as long as you are having adequate sodium, and sodium is found in the foods we eat, or we can add sodium through pink Himalayan or Celtic sea salt or some form of salt. This is not going to, it may impact those lifts initially as your body's adapting. So typically we'll drop off the edge of a cliff, but this will soon upregulate as the body adapts. But strength quickly comes back. Now, and I was going to go into powerlifting before I decided to do the running and cycling. And the reason is that I work with a powerlifter who is number 2 in Britain in his category. And I am strong. I was stronger than he was. Maybe not now because I'm not training so much. 165 pound. My top bench press is 165k. My power to weight ratio was pretty good. I decided to go into the running and cycling, but it just goes to show that no, I do not consume carbohydrate yet. You know, I'm for my size. That's fairly strong. No, I was supplementing with creatine. Now, there is an argument you don't need to because it's found in high amounts in red meat, but I did supplement with creatine. Creatine is fantastic. I love creatine. It's not just good for the muscle, it's good for the brain. But you do not need carbohydrates for heavy lifts. Now, the aerobic system, which is our long distance stuff, we're tapping into fat stores. So that's a no-brainer. You know, we know that fat and ketones is superior on that. Now, the only question is on the glycolytic energy system, which comes into question for those high intensity bouts. So maybe someone on an Ironman who's on the bike, who needs to push up a hill and really give it some, they believe that they need carbohydrates to tap into their energy system, but we don't. Being ketogenic or keto-adapted carnivore, the body upregulates the lactic acid system. So what happens is the muscle will build it up with lactate, and our muscle will send that lactate to the liver, and the liver will convert it into glycogen and send it back to the muscle at a higher rate, arguably, than a carbohydrate athlete.